What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about the potential investors trying to buy Liverpool Football Club. And there are 4 Dubai investment groups who have already contacted the Emirate and the United Arab Emirates to try and buy Liverpool FC. And Arabian Business reported yesterday that Dubai International Capital was one of the contenders to buy Liverpool FC, and their net worth, so they are one of 4 Dubai groups trying to buy Liverpool, and their net worth is a mouth-watering 13 billion pounds for $13 billion worth of managed assets, according to research conducted by the University of Greenwich. And later in this video we will talk about the report which came out in the Atlantic news outlet that 4 Dubai groups are interested in buying Liverpool. So if you are excited about these news and you want to keep being updated on the latest news about Liverpool FC, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video. Let's get this video to 300 likes. Thank you so much for your awesome support on the previous 2 videos, and many of you guys haven't subscribed yet who are watching this video, so make sure you do so you never miss the latest updates. So this 13 billion net worth is only 4 billion short of Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour's net worth of $17 billion. That is reported by the Daily Star newspaper. It remains unclear whether the Dubai-based investors are the same party as those who were said to have stepped forward following FSG's announcement. Coming from a nation with, of course, questionable human rights record, we would have to ask serious questions about the ethics of handing over Liverpool to this group, but that's for another conversation. I want to just report the latest news for you guys, and I will leave the politics out of it for the moment because we will have time to talk about it if the takeover goes through, hopefully before the January transfer window opens. So hopefully Liverpool will be able to strengthen in the January transfer window. And Matt Slater, a journalist, wrote this in the Athletic newspaper: if Abu Dhabi has Man City, would Dubai like to have Liverpool? Well, they tried to buy Liverpool in 2008, but they got nowhere, and there have been less formal approaches from the Emirate since then, which have gone nowhere. According to a source in football's merger and acquisition space, 4 different Dubai-based groups have already been in touch with the Emirate to talk about putting a bid together. But when he asked them to show some basic, bona fides evidence that they have genuine businesses and some cash in the bank, those conversations were cut short. So probably these investment groups are trying to come up with the cash and the businesses and proof of the businesses to launch a bid together to buy Liverpool FC. And if there is a full takeover, there will be probably a consortium, many people grouped together to be able to buy Liverpool FC, because one man doesn't have enough money to buy Liverpool. I mean, yesterday even Conor McGregor threw his head into the ring, metaphorically, because one of his fans messaged him, buy Liverpool FC, and he said, I would love it. I requested my information on this, yes, as soon as I heard what a turn of events, what a club Liverpool FC is, but I don't think he has the money alone to buy Liverpool. But if he could come up with a bunch of investors and group together with them, then who knows, maybe we will see some unlikely consortiums popping up and trying to bid for Liverpool. I mean, there were like 30 different investment groups interested in Chelsea, so there could be a lot of interested parties in Liverpool FC who are even a bigger brand and a bigger club and a more historic club than Chelsea. And Matt Lowe, who is working for Daily Telegraph, he's a journalist, he said, and I quote, I'm told the Ricketts family, who were one of the shortlisted bidders for Chelsea, will not be bidding to buy Liverpool FC. So the Ricketts family is a family from the USA. Their net worth is $4.4 billion according to Forbes real-time net worth calculator, but it looks like they will not be interested in Liverpool. They could have bought Chelsea, they would have had the money to do that, but paying for Liverpool like almost their entire net worth is probably not something that they would want to do, because there is no like immediate upside and an immediate return on the investment. And there has been, of course, many questions. Why are FSG trying to sell Liverpool FC right now? And I came up with some of the points that some of the main reasons why FSG are trying to sell Liverpool FC. One of it is the value of the pound versus the dollar, and they could make billions of dollars already on the 300 million pound investment 12 years ago. And also we are potentially entering a recession, so they would have huge cash in hand, and I'm hearing that their long-term plan is to try and buy an NBA team in the Las Vegas area with LeBron James. LeBron James is already an investor in FSG, and he also owns like 2% of Liverpool FC as well, and he also made 10 times the amount on his investment since he has been owning part of Liverpool FC. And they would want to buy an NBA franchise which is worth billions of dollars, so they would need a lot of money to do that, and they would probably want to pull out their investments from Europe and want to return home, so to speak. They already have, an NHL team, I believe, and they also have the Boston Red Sox, a baseball team, and they would want to complete their portfolio with an NBA team. So these are some of the main reasons why they are selling Liverpool. The collapse of the Super League is another reason, and even if Liverpool would hypothetically join a Super League, probably they would be kicked out of the Premier League, and there would be huge protests and revolts from Liverpool fan groups. And probably another main reason is Man City and their dodgy commercial figures. They just announced their revenues, and they apparently earned more money from sponsorship deals than anybody else in the Premier League. That's including Manchester United and Liverpool. And Man United and Liverpool have 5 to 10 times more fans than Manchester City. So how on earth are they earning more money from sponsorship deals? Well, they are of course cheating. Their owner is paying those sponsorship deals directly into Man City. The toothless nature of financial fair play in Europe and in England, and the investigation into Man City from the Premier League is also entering its 5th year. The Premier League has been investigating Man City for 4 years now, and they still didn't find them guilty, which just shows that the Premier League is protecting their own pockets. If they would kick out Manchester City from the Premier League, that would be a huge blow to them. Commercially, PR-wise, it would be a disaster. See Calciopoli in the Serie A, for example. And I think that the Premier League will never do that, sadly, even though Man City are clearly cheating and not following the rules like most of the other clubs. So it's not a fair and honest competition, the Premier League, anymore. But the Premier League only care about money coming into the league and not about integrity, honesty or rules. And this is one of the reasons why FSG decided to sell. And also the way the Saudi Arabia was let into the Premier League to be owning Newcastle, and they may squeeze 2 clubs out of the top 4 places, because Man City owned by the United Arab Emirates and Newcastle owned by Saudi Arabia. They could occupy the top 4 places, 2 of the top 4 places, for many years to come, until they stop owning those clubs. They will be comfortably in the top 4 with the investment that they are doing, and they will do. Newcastle will also spend incredible amounts of money. So essentially there will be only 2 spots available in the top 4 to qualify for the Champions League in the foreseeable future. Maybe another reason why FSG are thinking about selling Liverpool is the continued abuse that they get online, even though I don't think they rate it, but there is a pretty small section, but growing section of Liverpool fans who really target sick abuse at FSG. I mean, over the top abuse, like really hurtful, nasty comments, because you can offer constructive criticism towards the owners, but some people online are going way past that line that you should never cross. And maybe also after the Chelsea sale, where Chelsea was sold for a lot more money than most people expected, maybe they think the valuation of the clubs right now in the Premier League is a little bit overpriced. And even if the price goes higher later, it might not be the worst decision to sell, because then you can invest into other areas, into your portfolio. So these investment guys are very smart, and they know when to sell one of their big assets. And we already talked about this. Liverpool probably need 200, 300, 400 million pounds invested into their playing squad in the next 2 or 3 years. And maybe they don't want to come up with their own money to invest into Liverpool. And of course, Liverpool are in the middle of the rebuild process, and there is no guarantee that Liverpool will return to the top of English and European football with this after this rebuild is complete. Even though Jurgen Klopp is the best man to do it, I think there is still risk involved. And if Liverpool just become a top 4 club, or maybe a top 6 club in the Premier League, not always qualifying for the Champions League, their value will drop quite significantly. So from FSG's point of view, it makes more sense to sell right now. And maybe they think that the Liverpool has run its course and they are not as interested as they were before, because, you know, some of the owners of FSG are 70-year-old men, and after Liverpool won every single trophy there is to win. I mean, Jurgen Klopp has won 8 trophies with Liverpool in like 7 years or 6 years. I think maybe they think they completed the challenge of taking Liverpool back to where they belong, and now it's time for another owner to take Liverpool forward. Maybe that's what they are thinking. We don't really know, because they will never come out with an exact statement on listing the reasons why they are selling Liverpool FC. But this is just you know, what I could gather online and what I could come up with on my own as why the possible reasons why FSG are selling Liverpool right now. Matt Slater also points out something very interesting. Some Liverpool fans, of course, are welcoming potential oil state buying Liverpool FC, but what if Jurgen Klopp will just resign and leave Liverpool if that is the case? Because he was very vocal and very loud in his criticism about you know, some clubs can do whatever they like in the transfer market without consequences, but other clubs cannot. And he asks the hypothetical question, is that what Liverpool fans want? You know, winning at all costs? Those who come from this pond, this proud, independent, left-leaning city where trade unions still matter, or who have been attracted to the football club by its reputation for honest graft and self-sufficient excellence. Put it this way, it would require a reverse of Olympic proportions. If Jurgen Klopp has to answer journalists' questions the day after the takeover by a Gulf state, it's hard to see him sticking around for that one, and you wonder how many lifelong fans Liverpool would lose to. Now that is a very, very interesting question. I will never stop supporting Liverpool FC. I just can't see that happening, whatever happens with the football club. Of course, I might get disillusioned with the owners, but you know, wanting rid of the owners is not the same as, you know, stopping the support of your football club that you have been supporting since you were a little kid. So I could never stop supporting and cheering for Liverpool FC, because it's part of who I am, it's part of me, it's a huge part of my life. But I really hope that the next owners, the new owners, will match some of the ideals and politics of the city of Liverpool and the club itself, meaning that they would at least respect and also pay attention to the socialist values that Liverpool Football Club and the city has. But that's the thing, the fans won't decide the next owner. Only FSG can decide the next owner, who they sell Liverpool to. And also there might not be many investment groups available to sell to, because Liverpool's valuation is so high right now, $4 to $4.5 billion. There aren't many investment groups available who have that kind of money. So that's my take. Let me know what is yours, what is your opinion on this topic. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.